Hi my dear students, today we are going to learn about superposition theorem. So in which the components required majorly are DCRPS. You can see here what is meant by DCRPS, dual channel regulated power supply. It can give maximum of 0 to 30 volts by 2 amperes. So this is a rating we can call, and the full form of DCRPS is dual channel regulated power supply. And in this you can see the two channels on the right side and on the left side. The both channels are looks similarly, so which are going to useful to have two sources at a time. So you can use the channel 1 as one source and channel 2 as another source. So we are going to give a 230 volt single phase AC supply to it, and it is giving us maximum of 0 to 30 volts DC supply. So it is going to convert the AC into DC, and also at the same time it is going to step down the voltage to 230 to 30 volts maximum. So this voltage can be obtained by varying this voltage coarse and voltage fine knobs. So you can see here there are total 3 knobs, the similar 3 knobs on there on the second channel also. So how to operate this? So what are the precautions to be taken while operating this? So this is a major component in your experiment, and the current limit, you can see the first knob is current limit, and the second knob is voltage course, and the third knob is voltage fine. So current limit should be always in maximum position, and before whether we are turning it on or turning it off, we should make sure that current limit should be in always maximum position. The remaining two knobs, that is voltage coarse and voltage fine, should be at minimum position in order to make this component safe operation, or we can say to get the safe operating conditions. So whenever we turn on the supply, so here we have another power operating button, so which is to be operated in order to make it on or in order to make it off. Okay, so this is power on and off button we have, and in the two channels we can see plus minus plus minus. So channel 1 plus, channel 1 minus, channel 2 plus, channel 2 minus, and it is automatically grounded here. We can see the ground connection also. Okay, so this is all about the DC RPS, and along with this we are going to use an ammeter which is digital type, the ranging from 0 to 200 milliamperes. Okay, the range of this ammeter is 0 to 200 milliamperes, and the type of the ammeter is digital type, the ranging from 0 to 200 milliamperes. So this is what we are using to measure the current in specified element. Okay, this is a digital type ammeter. And the next other important one which we are using is breadboard. So to make the connections or to make our circuit design, so we are going to use breadboard. We can see the basic fundamentals about the breadboard. We can see that A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, up to starting from A to J, we can see the slots are available. So these slots are going to be connected vertically. So in order to understand about the breadboard very clearly, you can see the back side of the breadboard. That is, when we open the breadboard, we can see vertically they are connected common from A to E. So these are connected vertically common from A to E. We can see here from A to E are connected vertically common, and from F to J are also connected vertically common, and there is no connection existing between from A to E slots and from F to J slots. So these are, we can say, vertically commonly connected. And coming to the top side and bottom, we can see the horizontal two lines. So why we are calling horizontal? Because they are connected commonly horizontally. So from first slot to up to fifth slot, so you can see total there are 10 slots available. So this is, if we consider this as one slot, 1, 2, 3, similarly like up to so on, we have 10 slots. So among these 10 slots, from 1 to 5 they are connected horizontally common, and similarly the other 5 from 6 to 10 they are connected horizontally common. So here row wise, or we can say horizontally, they are connected commonly. Similarly, this kind of arrangement is existing on the bottom also. In the bottom side also you can see they are connected horizontally common, and these are connected vertically common. So whenever, if you want to make the connection of two elements, here we need to place, suppose if you want to join the two elements, here we need to place in vertical slots if you want to join them. But if the same connection, if you want to make it on the top and bottom horizontal lines, we have to make them in we have to connect them in horizontal lines. So then we can say that these two elements are connected together. So every element will consist of two terminals. So any one of these terminal to be connected, to be joined. So in that case, we are going to place them horizontally in top and bottom row wise in two rows, and in between we are going to connect them in vertically, we can say column wise. So these two elements are said to be connected. If you don't want to make any connection between these two elements, or if you want to make them separately, then you have to place in other vertical slot. So not in the same vertical line, other vertical line. So what are the possibilities that you can see? If suppose if I place in the same vertical line, even if I place here, these are said to be not connected, because there is no connection between from A to E slot and F to J slot. They are separated. We can see the break in between. And also at the same time, on the top and bottom, the row wise, if you see, if suppose if you place like this in between first slot to fifth slot, they are said to be connected. Suppose if you place the element on the other than these 5 slots, so they are not connected. We can see it clearly on the back side of it. So from 1 to 5 they are connected horizontally, and from 6 to 10 they are connected horizontally. Again there is a break in between these 5 slots. Among this total 10, there is a break after 5 slots. Okay, so this is all about the breadboard. And the connecting wires which we are using for this experiment are single stud wires. So these are the common connecting wires which we are using for this experiment and to make the circuit design or circuit connections. And these are called resistors. And this is very important to choose what value of resistors you need. So for that we are going to do the color coding process in order to identify the value of the resistor, or in order to know the what magnitude of the resistor it is. So to calculate that, we are using a technique called color coding. So to identify how much value of this resistor is and how much value of this resistor is. So to know that, we should know first color coding. So that is a process to identify the value of the resistor. So now we are going to learn the color coding process. So for which you need to remember some code to understand it easily. So that is nothing but B. Roy has Great Britain very good wife. So this is in order to make the sentence. So how we are writing it? B. Roy has Great Britain very good wife. So to make it easily or to remember it easily, we are using this code. But coming to the color coding, so these are the colors which we can see on our resistors. So here what is this B stands for? So you can see the B stands for black, first B. So remember it very clearly, because we can see the 3 B's among this all. So you may get confused. So to avoid that, the first B stands for black, and the second B stands for brown, and R stands for red, and O stands for orange, and yellow, and green. So here also you can see 2G, that is one G is here and other one is here. So B, first G stands for green, and next this B is blue, and V is violet, and this G is grey, and W is white. So these are the colors you have to remember. So this is according to this code. And coming to the black color, so we are giving, if suppose if I can see the black color on my resistor, so I need to take it as a 0. So similarly, for brown it is 1, for red it is 2, for orange it is 3, for yellow it is 4, and for green it is 5, and for blue it is 6, and for violet 7, for grey it is 8, and for white it is 9. So these are the numbers we have to allot or we have to give when we are doing the color coding process. So that you will come to know later on, but now you just need to remember this colors. According to the color, for black it is 0, similarly for brown 1, similarly up to so on. For white it is 9. So this is called number digit, or we can say number we are allotting to this color. And coming to the multiplier, so we need to write the multipliers for this also. So multipliers means, so into 10 to the power 0. So what is the code for black? 0. So that 0 we are writing in 10 powers. So 10 in the power of 10, so we are writing 0. Similarly 10 to the power 1. So similarly for red 10 to the power 2 into 10 to the power 2. So similarly for orange it is 10 to the power 3, for yellow it is 10 to the power 4. So this is into 10 to the power 4, like that we are going to write. So that means we are going to multiply with this number whenever we use the multiplier concept. So that you will come to know when we are calculating it. For green it is into 10 to the power 5, for blue it is into 10 to the power 6, for violet it is into 10 to the power 7, for grey similarly it is into 10 to the power 8. So for white it is 10 to the power 9. And apart from this, we can see some tolerances. So the tolerances we have are gold, silver, and no color. So for gold it is plus or minus 5%, and for silver it is plus or minus 10%. So this is called variation. So tolerance is not going to play much major role, but still you need to remember. That means suppose if I take 1 kilo ohm resistor, it may be from 950 to 1050. So if when it is having gold tolerance, so similarly like that we are going to calculate what is meant by tolerance, and that all the things you will come to know. Now no color means plus or minus 20%. So how to identify when there is no color, or when there is gold color, when there is silver color, we can identify. But what is meant by a resistor? So this is a fixed value of resistor. Like suppose you can see here some colors visible on this resistor. So those are nothing but brown. I can see here first color brown, black, brown, and gold. So how I am identifying these colors? So from where? Why I am starting from this end? Why not from other end? So if you want to know that, so first you need to identify the tolerance in the given resistor. So first you need to identify in the tolerance in the given resistor. So to know that, so which band of the resistor? So first you need to know band of the resistor, how much band it is. Either it may be a 4 band, or it may be a 5 band, it may be a 3 band. So what is mean by this band is nothing but how many colors are there on the resistor. Suppose if you can see along with the tolerance, if you can see 3 colors, so that is 3 band resistor. If you can see 4 colors along with your tolerance, so 4 band resistor. So if you can see 5 colors, 5 band resistor. So similarly I can see here total 5 colors, so it is a 5 band resistor. So in this 5 band resistor, first I need to identify my tolerance. So step by step I am explaining how to calculate the color code, what value of this resistor it is. So to know that, that is called process of doing color coding. So to know that, first what we are doing, we are identifying the tolerance. So once we identify the tolerance, I can see here very clearly the gold is the tolerance which is there on my right hand side. So means this end. So at this end I can see the tolerance, and opposite to the tolerance I have started giving the color coding. So if the tolerance is this end, I have started doing the color coding. I started giving the color coding from this end. Means if it is on right side, I am starting from left. So the first color I can see is brown. So I am going to calculate one simple resistor for one simple resistor. So then you can calculate the remaining. So first color I can see is brown, and the next color I can see is black. Suppose if I can have my resistor appearance like this. So total there are 4 colors and the tolerance. So how to identify the tolerance is nothing but the tolerance is always spaced somewhat more than the normal colors. If you can see the distance between this normal colors and the distance between this color and the tolerance is more. You can see here the distance is more, and here the distance is commonly or equally between all the colors. So first color I can see the brown in this resistor, and the second color is black. So this is my brown, and the second one is black, and the third one is also a black. So I am writing here, and after again I have brown. So my tolerance is gold. So for this I am going to calculate how much value of resistor it is. So to know this, we know that for brown, according to the color coding we have alerted, for brown it is 1, and next color we have is black. For black, how much I need to give? 0. Just write the digits side by side. Again I have another black, so again I need to write the 0. For black the code is 0, so I am writing 0 here. And next, so this is whatever the color which is there before the tolerance. Now this is my tolerance, right? So before the tolerance, whatever the color is there, that is multiplier. So now this is going to be my multiplier. So how to I write the multiplier is nothing but into 10 to the power. So what is the multiplier I have? Brown. So for brown the multiplier value is how much? 10 to the power 1. So I need to write 10 to the power 1 here. And what is the tolerance I have? So tolerance I am going to write like always plus or minus with 5%. So now if I want to calculate this, I am going to get it as 100 into, so 10 to the power 1. Can I say it 10? So simply I can write it as 10 plus or minus 5%. So if I simplify this, 100 into 10 plus or minus 5%, which is equals to 100 into 10, it will be 1000. So that is 1000 plus or minus 5%. So I can write it as, so we know that 1 kilo is nothing but 1000. 1 kilo value is how much? 1000. So you can write here 1 kilo ohms. The units for the resistance are ohms, will represent like this, plus or minus 5%. So now this value of the resistor is 1 kilo ohm. So in case of we are saying it 1000 ohms, we can also say it as 1 kilo ohm with plus or minus 5%. So what is this tolerance indicates? It may be some value of variations, like it may be from 915 to 1050, 5% of 1000. So we can say it as 50. So 10% of 1000 it will be 100, 5% of 1000 it will be 50. So we can get from 950 to 1050. So we can write the value of this resistor as 1 kilo ohm with 5% as tolerance.